Hello, and welcome to Voices of the 21st Century Author Spotlight, a show dedicated to sharing the messages of women from around the world who show up and share their truth. My name is Gail Watson, founder and CEO of Women Speakers Association, and today we are going to have a really good conversation talking about getting past fear that holds us back, and also addressing some of those pre-programmed thoughts about ourselves that we receive when we're in childhood. I have the proud honor of introducing to you today international best-selling author Angelica Miller. She is co-author of Voices of the 21st Century: Women Transforming the World, and that she is doing. This book has reached bestseller in 4 countries and went #1 in 10 different categories. So
Wow.
join me in welcoming to the show, Angelica.
Hi, Gail. Thank you so much for having me. This is really exciting, and really a privilege to be in the room, in the book, with so many amazing women, talking about, you know, persevering. And each of the stories are so different, but bring so much heart and warmth to the voices of the 21st century.
Yes, well, we appreciate your voice because it's because of you finding the courage and digging deep and being able to just open yourself up and be vulnerable to share your truth. That's what makes this book so magical. So I love the work you do and the story that you share, because you did just that. You really opened yourself up, and you kick off your story literally just stepping out in faith and not fear, kind of leaving it behind. So tell me, what inspired you to share this story?
It was actually interesting when I was honored to be a part of the book. I actually wrote about something totally different. And then one day I was driving home, and all of a sudden, that higher power downloaded something totally different to share. I never was going to share such a personal piece of my life, but I felt it was time. This past, since 2022, my journey has been changing and to come out, step out more as myself versus me always being behind the scenes, helping others do the best things that they do. But I would always be behind the scenes, not wanting to be in a spotlight. But during that drive home, something said, no, this is the story you're going to tell. So I actually had to write a second story for the book versus the original one that I was going to have published. So it was just that download said, this is what you're going to talk about. And what's interesting, it just flowed out where literally driving home, I recorded the whole story and then transcribed it, later. That's how much I felt that this was what I really was supposed to share, because it wasn't me sitting in front of the computer just typing. It was me talking to my phone, but the whole story came out in my phone and then just transcribed it. And of course, you tweaked and stuff from there, but the majority of the story came while driving in the car.
hmm You share a lot of quotes and situations that may, from your childhood, that I guess created this fear or this feeling of yourself that you had to hide, that you
Yes.
were reduced. So I think it's amazing that you took this gift that was inside of you, or that, and you're able to release it, but also to release it for the betterment of others. When this story that you share, uh, what do you want readers, if you imagine somebody reading your story, what do you want them to take away from it?
That we truly are the creators of our story, even though people may do things to you that are part of their story. We don't have to hold on to that. We can move forward and write a different version and step out, even though we're scared at times, step out to create the story you want to be your legacy to show up how you want to show up, and not always showing up hiding behind a curtain. So I really want, especially women, because we go through so much, I really want us to understand that, yes, those things that have happened to us that are wrong, it's something that we couldn't control, that there is life after that, and that it may keep popping up through certain situations, because you could smell something, you could see something that will always trigger you, but you don't have to stay in that spot. You can move out of it and keep going and keep doing those. We all have such amazing things inside of us to share with the world. And I think when it happens, yes, it happened to you, but think about what's good coming out of this. What can you do with that pain, that fear, to change someone else's life, not just yourself, but someone else's life.
That's such, as you're speaking there, I'm just realizing the strength it takes to get to that spot, and your desire to just serve and make it easier for somebody else. Incredible courage. How do you feel now that you've released this story inside of you?
I felt it was time. I'm happy I did, because that's one of the things that I can say it's no longer holding me. It's out there now. Like my family knew, my husband knew, but now it's really out there, and it doesn't have um, that really pressing control on me anymore. It's there, I'm, not saying I think about it every day, but my actions and how I move are a little bit different. I still have a long way to go, but at least I know I'm breaking free of what happened in my childhood. That even though, I'm further, because I was thinking today, half of my life, more than half of my life, is spent thinking about that and how it kept me from showing up fully. But that horrible experience, also those horrible experiences, also showed me how to be a better person to other people and to show up and to serve other people. So although it has the bad sides, it also has the good sides to it. Because when I meet people or talk to people, I'm really trying to get to understand them and know them and give them the compassion that I wish I had had. It has showed me how to do that for others.
Yeah, that do unto others.
Mhm.
I just love you. I feel your heart there. So how so your past trauma, you've I love that you say now, no, it doesn't control me now. It's not, I'm in control, right? How is
Yeah.
that showing up today in your world of with what you're doing, and how you're serving others?
So never ever in my wildest dream would I have thought I would have been an international bestseller. That's one. Um, that's an amazing thing. I do not take that lightly. It's a blessing. It's also helped me show up, even in my business. Um, when I work with women in my business, and have a virtual service, and virtual services. And in my business, I work with a lot of women, but it also has helped me tune into, okay, something's going on more than just, I'm not, I can't do this. It's usually something else. So it has also turned into where me being able to help others. Maybe their story is not like my story. Nobody's story is the same, but I have a better insight, I think, sometimes or intuition to understand where they're coming from. It's also opened up, I've been doing a lot more workshops for women, helping women who are just starting in business or women who are trying to scale in business. I'm showing up more fully as myself to actually help serve them instead of hiding behind the scenes. And it has really given me more confidence. and myself um,
Ah,
through this whole process.
I love it. I love that you are writing your own story and taking charge of your own path. And it's you do show up with such grace and such openness and kindness, and yes, a lot of compassion. So I know there's some women out there listening to you speak right now, and they may be feeling that they're hiding and that they're uh, wanting what you have done to take control. So getting a copy of your book, I think, would be the next best step. So where can we get a copy of your book, Angelica?
You can actually go to my website. It's angelicagmiller.com. And there is a wonderful link there and all the details for, for the book. I'm just really excited about this. And it is truly, women transforming the world is such a special thing. And no matter how small you think that gift you have is, it has a ripple effect. So think about that when you're trying to shrink back. Think about the ripple effect of what you're doing, how it's changing other people's lives, how it's transforming the world. Because I truly feel that's what I'm doing. I don't know how far, how wide this will reach, but I know the gift that I was given is really continuously to serving other women through their journey.
And we always have to remember there's a really great quote: to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. So when we
Yes.
talk about women transforming the world,
Hmm.
it could just be that one life you touch out there
Right.
in this big vast sea, that you make that biggest difference.
And that's huge. Just saving one life is huge, where they're thinking one thing and you're giving them that encouragement that they need to make it another day, make it another week, and beyond that.
It's huge. So to our listeners right now, if you're hearing Angelica's words, you too can make that big difference. Get a get a copy of her book. In fact, pick up 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They're an excellent gift to give away to some other woman that you may see, that needs to be seen, that needs to know that you see her and that she means something to you. It's a beautiful gift to do that. So go check out the book, get copies of the book, angelicagmiller.com, and also learn what she's doing and connect with Angelica, right?
Yes.
You're free to
Yes.
connect with.
I am free to connect. I would love to connect. It's
Yeah,
always an honor um, helping others in their journey. So, and helping them also helps me. So it's always just, it's never just me. It's about us.
it's about us. Awesome. Just before we wrap up, Angelica, you've shared some really great nuggets, and you with us, and shared your heart with us. What would you like to leave us with today? Sort of your final words of wisdom for us.
The final words, and it actually has to do with the title of my chapter, stepping out in faith and not fear. You have to do that. You have to have faith in yourself and faith in your journey. And don't let that fear continue to hold you back, because you stepping out today, just think a year from now, all the different things you will accomplish in that year when you look back. I've from 2022 to this time, I can probably name at least 15 to 20 different things that I didn't think I would have done, but have, because I decided to step out in that faith. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but you stepped out, so something else is going to happen. It may not be the way you planned it, but it's going to be something even better in the end. So just continue to take those small steps, because those small steps end up being that big end goal that you have. So just keep every day, do something, just one little thing every day.
Every day, step away from the fear
Mm-hmm.
and step
Yep.
into faith. Know that
Yes.
you can do it and you're not alone.
So
Wonderful.
true. Yeah.
So true. Thank you so much, Angelica.
Thank you for
And
having me, and it's been an honor. I, it's just been an honor. I think everyone will enjoy. Basically, I think all the stories in the book. It's just I've cried, I laughed. It's like, or I've
really,
seen quotes by some of the authors, like, "Oh my gosh, I got to put that on my board because it's just stuck with me so much." But every single story in the book has amazing nuggets to share with you. So not just my book, every single chapter in there. And even the poem at the beginning is very, very
oh,
strong, very
very
strong.
strong,
Hmm.
very strong. Love that poem.
Hmm. The poem is
Okay,
amazing.
okay, everybody, you have to get a copy of this book. Go to Angelica G. Miller, learn more about her, and definitely get a copy of her book. Thanks so much for joining us, Angelica, and to our listeners today. Thank you so much for joining us. And wherever you are in this world, we're wishing you a great day.